We going? Yeah. Okay. I'm definitely going to start this video by throwing shade on the YouTube culture surrounding ChatGPT right now. Let's take a look at what we got. 5 ways to actually make money with ChatGPT. $14,000. I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's possible. 5 genius ways to make money with ChatGPT. $12,000 per month. Okay, well, this looks like the one to watch. This unknown AI will blow your mind by ChatGPT. Yeah, I don't know. When I see things like this, it seems like sponsored content to me. I haven't watched it. Maybe it's not, but it probably is. Top 10 ChatGPT plugins you can't miss. This is another one where I'm like, that's great and all, even if it's not sponsored content, but like, you're not going to buy these plugins, right? Zapier, that's $30 a month. I'm not buying that. You're not buying that. You just want to use ChatGPT, right? So there's plenty you can do inside just the app. ChatGPT trading strategy made 19,527% profit. Full tutorial. There's this old adage in marketing where if you've heard of it, it's already too late. You can't do this. It won't work. If it does, Godspeed to you. It reminds me of all the people who would buy the GameStop stock after they saw it on the news. It's too late, man. Just give it up. I'm sorry. Scott the Woz, get rich quick. All right, this is my kind of video. I like Scott the Woz. All right, guys, thank you for joining me here again today. My name is Gordschrenk. I'm going to be talking about top 5 things you definitely want to do with ChatGPT. I am not going to promise you will make $12,000 in a month, unfortunately, but hopefully I will teach you how to save a little bit of time on your day-to-day workflow so that you can spend a little bit more time scrolling YouTube than you otherwise would be able to. I have another video too up there of top 5 things not to do with ChatGPT, so make sure you watch that. You don't have to watch it first though. The first thing I want to talk about in this video is how good it is for brainstorming. Not everything that ChatGPT writes is going to be perfect, and certainly not always even great. But I found it to be just an amazing brainstorming tool. If you have a coworker who's maybe not as smart as you, obviously, and you start spouting off ideas and they give you bad ideas back, it's amazing how much it can help you kind of shape what you actually want to be doing. So I like this brainstorming idea where so many times I will say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to write a blog that talks about this, this, and this. Can you give me some ideas? And it might not give you like great ideas, but it's a great sounding board. And sometimes in those bad ideas that it gives you, like, oh, I have this epiphany now. I have this revelation. I know exactly what I want to write about. I find that happens a lot when I'm working with ChatGPT. So that's something I would definitely suggest is even just like you're not going to use a single piece of writing it uses, not a single idea. It's great for just brainstorming because, again, getting started is often the hardest part. Use it as a sounding board for sure. The second thing I found to be incredibly useful, especially when it comes to blog writing, when it comes to social media writing, when it comes to writing something that you know is going to be customer facing, find copy from an actual writer on the internet who you like. Maybe there's someone who works for you. Maybe there's someone who used to work for you. In my case, we had someone who worked for our company, David, who was just amazing at writing blogs. He had such a fine use of language. And so what I started doing is if I needed a new blog or if I had a light idea of what I wanted for a blog for a company, the first thing I would do is I would feed it David's writing. I would say, hey, here's an example of some really great writing. I'm going to give you a topic. I want you to write in this voice. And it would do it. And it would be 10 times better than the draft that it would give me without doing that. So that's something I would definitely suggest. If you're a creative writer too, you know, obviously like write in the voice of Stephen King, write in the voice of Bill Gates. I don't know, try it around, play around, do different voices, figure out what works, what doesn't for the style and brand of your company. The third thing, this is a super useful thing, and pretty much anytime I use ChatGPT at work, I use a similar technique to this. Ask it to ask you questions. So for example, if I tell it, I have product XYZ and I'm trying to sell to customer ABC. and I'm trying to write some content around that. Ask me several questions so that you can give me the best response possible. It'll ask you questions. It might ask you questions to create the perfect customer profile, to learn more about the product you're pitching, so it can really hone in on that audience, and it will give you a much, much better response if you're willing to take the time to answer those questions, get in depth, and let it kind of lead you through that process. So I find that super, super valuable. I use it for pretty much every prompt I give ChatGPT that's work related. The other thing I really like to use it for is for time and project management. So if I get a deadline from the boss, for example, and he says, hey, this is going to be due in 1 month. Hey, ChatGPT, I have this type of project. It's due in 1 month. How can I break up my time to make sure that this gets done? Also, ask me some follow-up questions to give me a better answer, right? It's really good at doing this. And again, even if you don't end up taking 100% of the advice that it gives you, sometimes just kind of seeing that first draft of like, this is how you could spend the next month of your time out of your allotted free time that you've told me exists. It can be super helpful and kind of help you prioritize certain types of tasks and kind of help you structure it in your brain. A lot of times too, I feel like we hold so much in our heads. We try to hold on to so much information, and I think we don't give enough credence to how much mental energy that takes up. And again, just kind of seeing some of this stuff written down or even said back to us really helps free up that space to be able to organize ourselves and be able to figure out how to best prioritize our time, get those results done in an efficient way. The last one that I really like is information seeking for different job roles. So, for example, if you were trying to apply for a job that maybe you felt was a little bit outside your comfort zone, or maybe even if you're just at work and your boss says, who wants to take charge of this? And maybe normally you would be like, I have no idea how that thing works. Maybe now you can be like, you know what? I think I can do this, because ChatGPT is a really great, again, sounding board to say, hey, I just took on this new type of role and I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Can you tell me a little bit more about maybe some terminology I need, or maybe some job related processes that I should be aware of, or workflows? And it can kind of give you that knowledge that maybe like someone who's been doing it for 1 or 2 years, like definitely knows. And now you know it, and you can just kind of go into these kind of foreign tasks, this unfamiliar area with a little bit more confidence than you had before, and create something pretty cool with it. So I think that's definitely something that you should think about when you're using these types of tools. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'm Gordschrenk. I use ChatGPT almost every day for my marketing that I do at my job. And hopefully I can share some of what I've learned so you can use it in your job. I think there's a lot of bad information out there. I think there's a lot of paid sponsorship material that maybe isn't as helpful as they want to make it sound like it is. So I'm just trying to give you the same information I have. We're all new to this. We're all learning it together. So if you like this video, please check out my other one on top 5 things not to do with ChatGPT, and I'll get some more content out to you as soon as I can. So thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. Thanks.